We got two different knives we're going to be checking out today. What is going on, guys? Miguel here. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we have two Maxace knives we're going to be checking out. Both of them come in different boxes, so that's pretty interesting. I'll have these linked down below as usual so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get in here. Right out of the pocket, we have the EMP EDC and Urban collaboration Nimble XT. And if you haven't checked out the unboxing on this one, absolutely check it out. This thing is an absolute dream of a premium folder. Absolutely loving the hollow ground and flat combo there on the blade. The milling on the titanium handles look really good. But let's go ahead and check what this one here is all about. Do we have a hint? Yes, no. The Maxace Baby Raccoon Dog V. Okay, that's an interesting name there. Is it a raccoon? Is it a dog? It's definitely a baby. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, we got some paperwork here. We got the knife pouch, and we got Maxace credit card. Okay, I got all their information and everything on there. Got an additional sticker, got some more paperwork on here. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. All right. We got the wiping cloth here. We got some silica gel. And then here is the knife. So Baby Raccoon Dog 5. Let's see what it's all about here. So for starters, right, first thing that draws my attention is the G10 scales on here, right? Got this sort of rock pattern looking sort of finish on there. Something somewhat similar to what we saw on the Magnificent Beast here from TacKnives not that long ago. Check out the upload if you haven't already. This thing is an absolute beast, right? No pun intended. But it seems like this sort of rock pattern here on the G10 is definitely a new trend. It looks like we have exposed liners with some G10 backspacer. These are going to be steel liners, by the way. We have a Maxace pocket clip. Doesn't seem to be reversible. It has a little cutout where it goes, and that's not present on the other side. We have a lanyard hole for my lanyard people, and it seems to be a front flipper only. MM48, we're going to find out what that is in just a second, if you're ready. Let's go ahead and get it deployed, shall we? Well, bam. Okay, what in the Japanese katana do we have going on here? Check out the, almost looks like a tanto, but it has some belly here, right? So not a full actual turn with the corner, more of a belly there. It is a dual flat grind. The answer is yes, dual flat grind going on there. That's looking good. So it is a compound ground, dual ground knife. Beautiful switch there at the top. It's got some decent thickness to it. Also got some decent weight to it as well. Orange pivot color on both sides, and it is going to be a liner lock. So let's go ahead and check out that axis from the show side. That looks pretty good there. All right, nice and easy to disengage. It's going to be on ball bearings, and that engagement is going to be about what, maybe a 20%-ish, right? 15-20%-ish, around there, somewhere in that ballpark. Checking out the drop shot action here. All right, that actually feels pretty good, right? Letting the blade do all the work. It is actually, surprisingly, drop shotty. Check that out. Nice. Now, deployment here is a front flipper only. So that's something you have to keep in mind. As far as the, how well tuned it is, it's actually tuned pretty good, right? I'm able to do the side of the thumb here with no issues. Doesn't beat up your thumb or anything. It's got the sort of unicorn style front flipper design. Do a little reach around like this. That also works. If I do the side of the index finger. Now, part of me kind of wants to reach for some thumb studs. There's this nice little cutout right here on both sides, right? If we had some thumb studs right there for additional deployment, that would have been nice. But that's just more of a personal preference. I personally enjoy knives with more deployment methods. The more the merrier, in my opinion. Just, I like fidgeting with knives. Me personally, somebody's going to be like in the comment section, Miguel, knives are not toys. They're tools, okay? Why you need to be fidgeting with them? Take them serious. Okay, my guy, listen. Yes, they are definitely tools. I can't disagree with you there, but you enjoy your tools however you like. I'm not judging you, so don't judge me. But the profile is actually a very nice, attractive profile there. We have a good plunger grind situation. That's looking good. And as far as the ergos, let's see here. I'm able to get a full purchase, full 4-finger grip. Can forward choke a tad bit. No finger choil, but definitely plenty of room on the larger handle here to be able to get some work done. That's for sure. That texture on the G10 is kind of smooth, but also at the same time you can feel, and I want to say it's definitely also kind of grippy at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, if that makes any sense. If I were to do this, right, it's kind of on the smooth side. It's not going to feel as grippy as maybe something like the G10 here on this PM2. Okay, it's a little bit smoother than that. However, based on the pattern there, still gives you a good amount of grip. So that's a W in my book there. Pocket clip, it's not longer than it needs to be, so that's a good sign. And I'm going to go with a solid 9.5 out of 10 there in the comfort department. So that's solid. Again, the one standout here is how nice and drop shotty the blade is. I absolutely dig that. So M48 is the actual variant of this Baby Raccoon V5. There are other variants, one with white G10, one with Ultims that you can choose from. Both the black and the white G10 versions are going to be around $68 or so. And the Ultim one is going to come in around $78 or so. So like $10 more. But the other thing is the steel here is 10CR 15CO MOV. It's a little interesting combo there for a budget knife, but you definitely are getting quite a slab of that steel on this one. All right, check it out. It's a very interesting budget knife for sure. A little bit borderline, definitely overbuilt for whatever you throw at it, right? Especially if you like the sort of belly portion there. You do have a portion that's a straight edge, if anything, and a very solid cutter, as you'll see here during our scientific cutting test. We have milling on the inside for weight reduction, so that's a plus. But enough of this one. Let's go ahead and find out what the next one is all about. So that one was called the Baby Raccoon 5. This one is pretty lightweight. It's called the Maxace Judge 3 Aluminum Black. Okay, that explains why it is so lightweight. And no, we're not getting in here, Miguel, unless we make an incision here. There we go. Let's see here, we got paperwork, we have wiping cloth, we have silica gel, and whoa, what in the world is this? Is it a knife? Is it not a knife? The answer is, drum roll please, it is a pen. Right? I was not expecting that. I didn't even know Maxace was into making pens, so I'm pleasantly surprised here. And again, this one is black aluminum here with the red going on the inside. Let's take a closer look. Definitely got some beautiful milling going on all throughout it here. Again, no pull, except the pocket clip. So no pull on the aluminum body here, right? Not even the red inside, which is pretty cool. Somehow the pocket clip is steel. Right? They could have made that maybe titanium or something, right? Just to kind of keep with the theme, if anything. But yeah, still a pretty lightweight pen through and through. It looks like it's going to be a bolt action design. Oh yeah, the spring on that is, oof, absolutely very well tuned. Got the Maxace logo here in the back and got some finer milling here, almost flashlight style, right, towards the kind of grip area where you would, you know, obviously grip the pen to write with. Kind of check out the action here, right, so you guys can see it. Check out the spring tension. And let's go ahead and see if we can get in here, kind of check out the inner guts. Okay, so it looks like we have an O-ring for that seal, even though it's kind of open here with all these pill-shaped speed holes, if you would, for extra horsepower. And then as far as what cartridge are we working with, it's got the classic coil spring. And then we have the, let's zoom in just a tad bit, Schneider's Gillian 0.5 millimeter. All right, that is what you want to go for. Black gel ink with ball refill. It is made in Germany. I believe that is a part number on there as well. All right, so there you go. Let's go ahead and see what this thing can actually write like. So assembling it back in place should be a very straightforward process here. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, that is a tight fit there. And oh yeah, we're back in action, baby. Let's go. All right. So let's go ahead and put it to good use here. All right, let's see. All right, so there's no autocorrect right there. Hopefully, hopefully I'm spelling everything right. No typos. I want to say I do like the gel ink a lot more than regular ink. I want to say my go-to so far over the last maybe month or two has been the Kansept EDC Scavenger. This one is full titanium build, right? Also a bolt action pen, but this is more of the regular ink that you have on pens. There's a little bit of a difference. If I had to choose between the two, obviously the gel kind is more my jam. I mean, the truth is they both feel pretty good. This one is a little bit thicker. If you prefer a little bit of a thicker pen grip, you absolutely got that. Those little ridges, right, milling in that grip section, right? You are tactically going to be able to write your field notes, and that pen is not going to go anywhere, and it feels pretty lightweight. Compare here to the titanium, right? It is maybe just a hair lighter than the titanium Scavenger. Let's do a little side by side here so you can check out the thickness, one versus the other. I mean, it's definitely a little bit on the thicker side. Still pretty carryable if you carry a pen for your everyday gear or what have you. I know I personally have been recently more and more getting into carrying a pen. It just comes very, very handy when you need one. Best to have one and not need it than need it and not have it. So, right, just some final calligraphy here. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, very scientific writing test, if I say so myself. This one writes pretty good. I want to say it does feel like a finer point than this one. I don't have a microscope, but we'll try to go as zoomed in as we can. Right, check that out. Even though this one is a 0.5, I want to say maybe this one is a 0.7, but definitely a finer point by comparison. I just wanted to have at least something to compare it to. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Judge 3 from Maxace. Again, in the pocket here, I have the Scavenger from Kansept EDC. We took a look at the Baby Raccoon, and also in the pocket for reference is the EMP EDC, Urban EDC collab Nimble XT. There'll be links to all these down below if you guys want to check them out. Prices, availability, and variants. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but it's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. Let me know your thoughts on these. What do you like about them? What do you love about them? Is there anything you dislike about them? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below.